Good morning, everybody. Chicken, say hello. We're live. It's actually daylight? There we go. If you see over on the Great Horse Mesa, it's all in daylight. Is what I'm trying to get at. Now this is what it looks like over the top of me, right at the base of the mountain. It's fairly dense clouds. I'm gonna have to assume by the shadowing over there is what I'm saying, is the sun is somewhere about in here. It's early 30, about 8 o'clock in the morning. By 9-ish, we should be making well over 1,500, 2,000 watt. Now maybe 750-ish. Let's get inside and see where we're at. This is where the magic between these old poly panels in the new bifacial panels. There's like no comparison between the two of them in this kind of weather. And this is what they were for. This is why I added the panels in the back. And when I get the second row, these will probably be just gone. I won't need them anymore. But for right now, they are handy, is what I'm trying to get at, for early morning, late at night, when it's not cloudy like so. But you'll see what a difference the bifacial is over these poly panels in just a second. Give me a minute to get inside. All right, here we go. Here's for the poly panels in the front yard. 60 volt, 26.6 volt coming in at 60. There's a nominal load on this inverter of 89 volts, or 89 watts, I should say. I'm sorry. This one here has a nominal voltage of 87 watts. It's 275 volts coming in, and the voltage is the same, 2.6. But this one is adding to, or probably not very much. Let's see how much it's adding. Okay, yeah, it's not adding anything yet. It's just covering the load. This one is still using 2 amps, 3 amps from the batteries to cover that load, that 89 watt load. It's producing 23 watt. This one is producing 250 watt. That's what I was trying to... In the sunlight, like I said on the last video, they do pretty good, but it's a 3-to-1 ratio in the sunlight. In the shade like this, where it's cloudy, it's staggeringly different, is what I'm trying to get at. It's 1/10 of the power production, 22 to 250. This one is basically covering the entire load, except for that 3 watt or that 3 amp coming out of there. But it's still, oh, that's the voltage. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. 250. The voltage and the wattage were almost the same. I didn't even notice it switching back. This one hasn't added anything to the batteries yet, but it's just covering the load. And this one is, and it switched back to. This one is still taking from the battery a little bit to cover, that additional part of the load. But there you go. This is real world comparison in the clouds, in the whatever. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate everybody's bench test stuff. It's good to know. It's just good, to see exactly how hard you can push them and stuff like that. I push some of this stuff way past that, is what I'm trying to get at. In the real world, bless this thing's heart right here, is for about a year, maybe 2 years, probably better than 2 actually. I didn't realize that it had a limit. It had a yellow light on it, flashing like it should have been in the big thing. But I didn't realize it had an over wattage limit, and it was working at 2 times its capacity for over 2 years, and just because I was ignorant of it. After that, and it survived. It still works perfectly good. It does pick up some like odd. It would be better to send it back in and probably have them touch it up or whatever like that, or rework it. it does send an odd voltage reading that these other two don't. So that's, I'm not saying it came, I should say it still works, but maybe it took damage is what I'm saying. I don't know if it really did or if it's just the way the sensor, the probe is picking it up. That I can't tell you. But there you go. This one is still stuck at 60. It's not really doing anything. And that is over 300 volts now. It's crazy the difference between these two. Between the bifacial. Okay, that's still taking 3 amps from the battery, 2 amps from the battery. And this is giving back from nothing to maybe 5-ish, somewhere now. Covering the load and, bumping the batteries is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, big difference between the two. And the strings are basically the same. They're within 2 panels. They're both high voltage strings, like over 300 volts. This one is 2 panels more. But I mean, how to say that? The numbers extrapolate is what I'm trying to get at. It's not like comparing apples to oranges. It's really comparable is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's coming up. It's just not. This is what I was dealing with for a few years, is what I'm saying. The poly panels just really don't work in the sun or in the shade or in the clouds or anything like that. If you got poly panels and you don't like solar, you might want to consider it if you have to do solar. I mean, I understand that people that live, 5 feet from a power pole, they're not going to consider solar. But if you want to live off grid in the middle of nowhere and take your power with you, you might want to consider the bifacial panel, and I can't recommend it enough, is what I'm trying to get at. And lithium batteries, of course, I can't recommend them enough either. And make sure you understand the chemistry on lithium. You want LiFePO4. LiPo4 is what you're wanting. LFP is another abbreviation for the battery, for that chemistry. You do not want old Tesla batteries or any other like car manufacturer that's using like nickel, cobalt, aluminum, nickel, cobalt, magnesium. Any of those are the problem with the battery, is the chemistry of the battery. You don't want that, y'all. I promise. You really don't want to try to repurpose them. A lot of these lithium power stations that you see burning or whatever, they've tried to repurpose car batteries entirely. I mean, would it be okay if you don't push them to the limit? Yeah. I mean, if you that chemistry was just never stable. It was a legacy, or it was where the company owned it is what I'm trying to get at. Proprietary. I can't even say that damn word. I know what word I'm trying to say. I just can't say it. It's their technology, and so they capitalized on it, or they own the patent, or whatever it came down to. It was still a shit technology, straight from the box. And it was the problem, is what I'm trying to get at. And it was the bad publicity that lithium got straight out the gate. Granted, now, the hemicellulose graphene that I've been talking about, that's still coming. It's coming in its final stages, but it's coming out on the market. Now, those solid-state batteries, that's going to change energy storage as we understand it, like really soon. Just hold out. You don't hold out like to get off grid. I can't recommend that enough. Just the satisfaction of owning your own power. That's enough for me. And I'm just saying, this is here, whether the storms come, whether, I could be hit by some tornado like anybody else in North Carolina, and I'd have to rebuild it, but it's okay. It's just part of the process. Would it take it all out? Probably not. I don't know how else to tell y'all. If you lived on the coast where hurricanes could get you, I probably would not recommend solar on your dime. I mean, invest in a community solar program. Invest in, like, because it would be insured is what I'm trying to get at. If disaster come, they would replace it. But yeah, it'd be kind of hard. Right now, I'm about 10,000 ish without sharpening a pencil and putting it all on paper. About 10,000 ish into the system. It still needs another 14 ish to go. But in with the Trump tariff bullshit, that could be up more. Even though most of the companies I'm going to be working with are American, they still use stuff that's made overseas. And that's a problem. I mean, it's not a tariff, it's a consumer tax because some whiny, thin-skinned, bitchy-ass, sniveling billionaire can't pay his taxes. He's too important to pay his taxes. He's too entitled to pay his taxes. He's too greedy to pay his taxes. Everybody should be benevolent to him and bow because he's such a snivelly little bitch because he can't pay his own little taxes. Billionaires don't even pay as much as a school teacher. There is a problem with that. And that's just my take, y'all. All right. Talk to you then. And just a bump up. But I still don't like billionaires. And I don't like whiny little thin-skinned domestic terrorists either. So, is what it is. Talk to you then. Bye.